We live. Okay, we live. We back. We back another week of Unorthodox Logic with Marv. You know what I gotta do? I gotta get some intros. I gotta make some intros for Unorthodox Logic, for Trap Nerd, and for those of you that have not known, that do not know by now, you should know by now. I am bringing back Marv's World Radio. Marv's World Radio. What is that? For those that have known me for a while, you know that's the music show that I do for up-and-coming artists, or I used to do, excuse me. That's actually started this whole radio show, radio business process. It all started with me wanting to give up-and-coming artists a platform because I have a city full of talent, and I felt like they weren't getting their shine. So instead of me crying and whining, telling them, everybody, go give them some shine, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and start my own radio show. And at the tender age of 19 years old, I figured out how to start an internet radio show without the help of YouTube. Because back then, in 2009, there wasn't a lot of how-to videos on YouTube. I had to pretty much Google it and find these companies and websites and services that do it. And then at that point, I figured it out and got it done. So back in 2009, I started it. So I'm in my 10th year as of, I think, September, my 10-year anniversary coming up. Unfortunately, not 10 years of consistency, but I've done plenty of shows. Started in Marv's World, then I went away to the military, came back, kept doing Marv's World, went to my boy Kenny Badger's Soul Shock radio station, did Marv's World there for a little while. Then I started doing, I added a co-host, Yaya, and then the radio show thing ended. Then we started doing our own podcast. I say what the fuck I want. No, we did Mars World. Oh yeah, we kept doing Mars World then, and then we changed the name to I forgot. And then I went solo and started doing I say what the fuck I want. Then I went back and did another show with I said it and I meant it with my guy Kenny. And Mars World came back after that again. Then I did I think I just changed the logo to Mars World. Because I stopped doing music after a while on it because a lot of times the independent artists, they have been absolutely atrocious to work with, to be completely honest with you. But the pretenders and the real ones, you can easily sort them out very quickly, and I'm going to be doing that this time around. I will not be doing any type of anything with pretenders. If you can't do something as simple as send me a properly labeled music via email in the form of MP3, then you are a pretender. And if you are foolish enough to not include social media stuff, you are a pretender. If you are also foolish enough to not even share the link that people can hear your music on, you are a pretender. So you got to understand the type of things that I'm going to be dealing with and the kind of things that I'm going to be going with and the kind of things that I got to sift through. So we're going to come out the gate. It's going to be it's going to be a fun show. It's not going to be like this show. This is Unorthodox Logic with Marv. This is me on a more serious tone. I say some funny things. I do funny things. But for the most part, this is going to be more of this show is more serious. I took, the phone lines are off today. The phone lines are off. I'm not going to do phone lines this time around. I'm going to hold off on that until next week's show. So we'll open the phone lines up because I want to get to my points and I don't want to be interrupted by inconsequential things. So first things first is let me go ahead and do my promo and whatnot for this show. Let me post my promo. Listen, if you are on any social media and you see me promoting my promoting my show, please share it. I really do appreciate everybody that already shared it, but I'm hoping that everyone that don't share it, get more people to share it. That would be phenomenal. I am not taking calls. Shit, I gotta take that part out. I'm at the repost on Twitter. As you can see, all social media is there, so make sure you follow me there on all social media, because that's what it is right there. So yeah, I just gotta post it everywhere, guys. I'm sorry about this. I just really want to make sure I get it done the correct way. Boom, 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 boom. And I don't have the swipe up feature on Instagram, which fucking sucks. And that whole thing, but we gonna make it rock No worries. No worries. No worries for the thing. For the boy. Let's see. All right. So I got it. Oh wait, I gotta fix Twitter. Let me fix Twitter. Twitter need to go ahead and just let us edit fucking tweets. God damn. If we just let us edit a piece of a tweet or something. I guess they don't want people going back and changing what they said and that whole thing, but whatever. All right. So let's get it cracking. Oh, I get my list up. Okay. I don't know why I didn't just keep it up while I have a phone open, but that's all right. So I want to first talk about some things that we need to clear up in the media because it's a lot of narratives being put out there that are absolutely false. They're absolutely false, to be completely honest with you, and it's ridiculous that we even got to still talk about these things, and it's ridiculous that we're still being blamed. Black people in particular are being blamed. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up: black people are being blamed about Trump being elected in office because I'm gonna just get jump points here. I know when you see it online, you're gonna see it in a certain order. That ain't always the exact order I'm going in. It's just points that I'm gonna be hitting. I want to jump into this one first because it's been heavy on my mind lately. The Russian probe. So, or Russian interference is what I'm gonna call it. What they're saying with the conclusion with the Russian interference is they feel like Russia made fake accounts online and they use narratives of racism of on Hillary Clinton's end against black people to sway black people away from voting from her, which ultimately got Trump elected, is what they're saying. And they're using the supporting data that a lot of black people opted to not even vote this time around in regards to the entire election. They look at the number of turnouts of less people voting than the previous years, not understanding that people got out and voted for a black man and they weren't going to go and vote for a woman who was a part of putting all of their fathers, their uncles, their cousins, their brothers in jail for 25 years. People can say, oh, she wasn't in office when it happened, but she was giving speeches. She the one she coined the term super predator. That was her word. She made that word up. So let's not act like, that didn't happen. And to be completely honest, the Democrats opted to go with somebody who people didn't really fall in love with. People didn't love Hillary Clinton. People loved Bernie Sanders, and he actually won the popular vote for the Democrats. It's just they opted to go with Hillary because she's a part of the establishment, she's familiar, and they thought that was the option to go. When they could have won, because they don't blame that Bernie's people sat out the entire election as well. They just totally disregard that fact. They just only point to the fact that black people sat out the entire election because black people didn't have a candidate they were willing to vote for, and black people are now and started then. It's some of us that always been making these demands, but even then, black people were hell bent on getting their needs met because they're like, look, we done sat here and had a black man in office for 8 years and we still didn't get shit done for us. So now we're not gonna sit here and expect anything to be done. We're gonna demand it to be done, and if it don't be done, we'll hold our vote because Democrats, you need it the most. So now what's happening is Democrats are not even opting to go get our vote. Now they're like, all right, we're gonna totally disregard the black vote, and we're gonna go get these fence sitters. And we're going to get these diet white supremacists. And what I mean by diet white supremacists is there's the extreme white supremacists on the right, and then there's those white supremacists that's kind of like in here, this little tangent of them, where they may not be full out racist, or they may be the kind that be like the ones all the way on the right is like, I can't stand those black people. I don't want them around me. Don't bring them around me. I can't stand them. I hate them. Those ones that's here, they the type that'll be in the LGBT community that sleep with you, the Milos and stuff like that. Well, he's more of an extremist who found him a little coon to marry, but it's the ones that's here they're looking for. They're looking to get those ones that's here and move them to the left. You feel what I'm saying? So they want those little dyed white supremacists here and move them to the left. So those ones that might say, oh, I don't have a problem with black people. I just feel like they're a little lazy. Or the little light, little subtle jabs, those ones is the ones they like to get at. The ones they like to watch Bounty Hunters show. Those ones like, oh, I don't have a problem with what's going on here. Even though I know he said we like to use the word nigger and we don't like those niggas and I don't want them niggas around me because he found out his son was dating a black woman. I get what he's saying, because I wouldn't want the same thing, but I'm not racist. They want those ones to come on the left now because those ones have always been just fence sitters and they kind of just like, I may vote left, I may vote right, just all depends on who I like. Now what the Democrats are doing are looking for those diet ones and trying to bring them over to the side, and those people are enough of a number. Those Bernie supporters and those diet white supremacists are enough of a number to completely make the black vote irrelevant. It's enough to sway them back. The problem is black people are now voting on policy. We are now being more intelligent with our vote. We are now demanding more with our vote. All it takes, to be completely honest with you, it takes one candidate to say, hey, I can get enough votes to somewhat keep me in a race, and the black vote will put me over the top. So y'all can neglect the black vote, but I'm going to go ahead and holler at them and see what's up. And I'm willing to at least meet their demands or try to meet their demands. And I'll grab those 13% votes or whatever y'all say we are at this point. I'll grab those votes up. And I know a couple of these friends is going to come with them. Feel me? A couple of their friends going to come with them. And a couple of those guilties on the left going to come with them as well. So I can snatch up a whole lot of votes if I go ahead and meet demands or start negotiating with black people on what their demands are and start meeting those demands and start talking to their needs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it's a wrap for the Democratic Party. It's over. The Democratic Party would not exist anymore once that happens. And that's going to happen. I can promise you. I think it's going to come out the Libertarian Party. To be completely honest, I think that party is going to be the party that's going to actually get the job done. I think that party is going to appeal to enough people to start grabbing not only those diet white supremacists, it's going to grab the forgotten blacks. It's going to grab the allies of the forgotten blacks who are also forgotten of whoever. And then it's going to grab some of those conservatives that's kind of not with all that extra shit that Trump doing. And it's going to grab some of those Democrats who tired of that bitch ass bullshit that the Democrats are doing. So they're going to get a lot of votes. I think the Libertarian Party can pull it off. You know, it has to be the right candidate. They have to understand what they have available to them and what they can do. And I think they're going to grab up so many votes. It's going to bring a strong third option into major party lines. Major party lines are going to have a strong third option. Now it's going to end up becoming split in three, where every single person is going to have to talk about what that area needs. It's going to be very specific on topics. It's going to be very specific on issues. So that's where it's looking like it's going. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right. I mean, we're going to revisit it later on, but it may not be the Libertarian Party, but it's going to open up the door. I need some chicken. It's going to open up the door for a third party option to get in there and actually take hold of something, especially Congress seats, legislative seats, you know, the House of Representatives, Senate, whatever. They're going to be able to take those seats. Now, I know Congress is the House of Representatives and Senate, but I'm saying they're going to be able to go and grab some of those seats, strongly grab some of those seats. You're going to start seeing like a third party's mayors. You're going to start seeing third party governors popping up. Like these things are going to happen because this two-party system, I don't know, why am I don't know, it's probably crappy camera. These two-party systems are being exposed for who they are. The Democrats are looking more like the Republicans these days, and they think they can just outwardly ignore, play the benign and neglect game that the Republicans have been playing. And if I'm a Republican, like you got to be stupid, because if I'm a Republican, I know for a fact at least black men, it's a lot of black men that you can convert if you just change some of those viewpoints of yours. So you can be like a Republican light and grab mad votes. You may not be able to grab like a presidential seat or something like that, but you could easily grab a mayor vote. You can easily grab like a legislator vote. You can easily grab a city council vote, whatever the case may be, if you ease up on some of that craziness. And I'm not saying I want to see a racist ease up on this craziness. I'm just saying if you're a young Republican and you don't have those extreme views, you can easily grab some black votes, especially black men, because a lot of black men have a lot of conservative views because we ain't with all that crazy shit. Like, I'm not with all that soft shit that these Democrats be talking about. Like, I'm good, bro. Get out of here. I want my guns. You ain't getting my guns. I'm not giving them up. Get out of here. Kick rocks. You know what I mean? But I also know y'all not my friend, so stop trying to act like it. I know y'all, neither one of y'all are my friends, so y'all don't need to sit here and need to pretend. Let's talk turkey. That's how I get down. I'm one of them let's talk turkey types. I'm like, look, man, I know y'all ain't my friend. I ain't here to play no games with you. What you gonna do that's gonna help me better my life and better my community? What's up with that? I don't need you to be my friend. Let's talk business. People that talk business don't need to be friends. So what we need to do as a black community is come to the table with something. Come to the table with demands and come to the table with some tangibles and expect some tangibles back, and better get them back, or we're going to have to, the person that don't give them back are going to have to face the consequences of getting voted right out of office. It's that simple. especially locally. I'm talking locally on your local government level. That's so easy to do. That's so easy to do, man. It's nothing. Like my city's about to get a new mayor. The Democratic primary was just yesterday, or Tuesday. When y'all hear this, it's gonna be Thursday, but it was on Tuesday. And in my city, whoever wins the Democratic primary is usually gonna be the mayor. And the guy that won, I was like, I'm not a big fan of him. You know, he threw 40 people in jail over a cell phone ringing in court one time. He was a judge. You know what I mean? So I don't trust him. He had 41 corporate backings, and that makes me uncomfortable when somebody had that much corporate support. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I can't trust that. We know we can't trust that. We done seen what happened to this world with all this corporate influence. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't really trust him. So we gonna see how it goes, because there's this guy named Elder. I'm gonna just give him his name out. This guy named Elder. He got like 2,500 signatures, and in my city, you only need 500 Republican signatures, and then you need 1,500 Democratic signatures just to get on the ballot. And this man got 2,500 signatures total, so he got more than both sides put together. So like, there's no, like, you can combine the Republican signatures and the Democratic signatures. He got more than that put together on his own. He running independent. So I'm trying to see what his policies is. He not out here like he should be, but he knows a lot of people to get 2,500 signatures, but I don't know his policies because he ain't got a website and stuff like that. So I would love to get up with him and chop it up with him and see exactly what his policies are and what he plan to do for the city and things of that nature. So I'm gonna reach out to him for the episode and get like a little interview popping or whatever the case may be. So back to the Russian interference, though. That's where that Russian interference is being blamed on. They're literally blaming Russian interference on black people. They're saying, hey, Russia tricked black people not to vote, so they're the reason why Donald Trump is in office. I kid you not. I kid you not. Look it up. Look up and see what they're saying. They're saying that Russia tricked black people into not voting because they wanted Donald Trump in office. What they don't understand is black people were never voting for Hillary Clinton. For the most part, they were never voting for her. They weren't. Us as black people, we've been subjugated to white supremacy all our lives. So seeing one in office don't make us scared. We're not scared of that. We're not scared of Donald Trump. We don't have anxiety attacks of Donald Trump. What happened was he's now attacking other people. Because if let's talk facts. We're gonna talk strictly facts. Let's speak facts from black people in particular. How hard has your life been since Donald Trump got in office? I know. Listen, people do not like when I ask this question. They don't like it. I understand it. And that's fine by me. But let's talk turkey. Black people. Black people. Black people. How has your life changed since Donald Trump got in office? How bad has it gotten? How bad? How bad has your life gotten since Donald Trump got in office? Is your life are you doing bad? Do you feel threatened? Do you feel like there's somebody looming over you? You feel like you're about to be attacked? How bad has your life gotten since Donald Trump has gotten into office? I'm just trying to figure that out. Because what it looks like is everybody else getting it. It looks like the LGBT community is getting it. It looks like the immigrants are getting it. You know, he called a lot of countries shithole countries. You know, and those people call us Akatas, which is a derogatory term for black Americans. Those people tell their daughters and tell their sons, don't bring home no Akatas. Just the same way white supremacists say don't bring home a black man. So black people, black Americans, foundational black Americans, how bad has your life gotten since Donald J. Trump has gotten into office? I'm interested to know. I am very, very interested to know because, I mean, has it gotten bad? Has it? Has it gotten bad? Because I don't see it, man. I see everybody else starting to face the consequences and starting to see that this whole system was built for elites to strive and for us to get our heads kicked in. And now that some people are getting their little legs kicked, all of a sudden we supposed to turn the world upside down for y'all. All of a sudden we supposed to be so concerned about what's going on over here and what's going on over there, but y'all didn't give a damn when we was getting our heads kicked in for, I don't know, 400, 500 years. Where was you at when that was happening? I know you like to pull the, we in this together. We in this together, my brother. It wasn't me. I'm not a part of that. But I'm looking at it like, well, look, hold your own nuts. You got to hold them. You got to hold them because y'all told us to kick rocks when y'all let our children get murdered and you were perfectly okay with it. And not only were you okay with it, when the GoFundMe started for these police officers that was murdering our innocent children, you donated to that. And your family donated to it and, you know. So I'm just going to talk turkey. I haven't seen much effect on black people since, you know, he came in the office. Now, have people become outwardly racist? Yes, they've drug him out the closet. That's a good thing to me. We need to know who our enemies are. I want them to look me in my eyes. It's okay to know who your enemies are. It's okay that your enemies came out the closet and showed themselves. Now you know who your enemies are. Now you know what you're dealing with. Now you know what you're truly up against. You can go ahead and move forward in life. Now you don't have to worry about it no more. You know now they're going to come at you head on. They're still cowards, but they're going to come at you head on if they want to. Now you know how you've been going to your coworker house watching the Super Bowl for the past 3-4 years. Now you know you don't go to your coworker house no more. You know you thought you thought your next door neighbor was your friend. You thought your next door neighbor was a good guy. He can watch your house while you're on vacation. Now you know he just might burn your shit down. Okay, had the other next door neighbor watch the house now. But don't sit here and act like it's black people's fault that Donald Trump is in office because 52 million people voted for him to get in office. 52 million people voted for him to get into office. 53 million people voted for Hillary to get into office. Their difference was like a million, maybe close to 2. We only 13% of the country. Y'all should be able to hold it down without our vote at all, right? We're irrelevant now, right? Y'all trying to absolutely disregard us this time around. So why are we being blamed? We were irrelevant, remember? Remember, we were so irrelevant. Remember? Now all of a sudden, we're the reason? Oh, okay. Well, y'all gonna have a hard time in 2020. Because we'll sit back and watch him go right back in the office, and it won't affect us anyway. We was getting our heads blown off under Obama, and we getting heads blown off under Trump. What's the difference? Now we got body cams, and they like, hey, it is what it is. We got the body cams under Obama. Tamir Rice's murder was on video. 12 years old. We saw his murder on video. That was under Obama. Trayvon Martin was under Obama. The major murders by these race soldiers were under Obama. And they're still continuing today. So tell me, what is the difference between Obama and Trump for black Americans? What's the difference? That's what I want to know. Since we to blame for it, since we to blame for the Russian probe, tell us, since we're the blame for it, what exactly is our consequences for him being in office? Because we're to blame, even though she won the popular vote by like almost 2 million votes, and they weren't strategic enough to understand that this is electoral college and not a popular vote type of contest. So please tell me, how we are supposed to feel that you guys lost your presidential election. Y'all lost it on your own because y'all should have ran Bernie and his supporters wouldn't have sat out and y'all would have won easily. Those swing states would have swung to Bernie, but y'all decided to run Hillary. So it's y'all fault, not black Americans. Stop using the Russian probe or Russian interference. Stop wasting taxpayers' dollars trying to figure out if there's Russian interference or Russian influence, because it probably was in another form. But don't sit here and act like the information that we started digging up because we were tired. We were tired. It was already going to be a big year. Obama was coming out of office, and we knew y'all was going to double down who y'all brought back in office. So we got prepared for it, and we said, you know what? Y'all don't want to present us with a tangible or a good candidate. We're going to go ahead and sit this one out. And y'all lost. Now y'all so mad at us for losing that election that y'all want to completely disregard us this election time. It's going to be worse for y'all this time around. Y'all got like 30 candidates running. Who gonna catch fire? Y'all gonna run with Joe Biden after we know what he get down like? Now we looking at Obama funny. You knew about this and you ain't say nothing? You still ran this man as your vice president? All right, cool. Figure it out now. Figure it out without us. Now we want something big. We want that money. Cut that check. Y'all owe us for what our ancestors already did the work for. So if my mom and my dad built somebody a house and they died tomorrow, you still owe my family the money because they built the house. It don't work that way. You don't say, oh, they dead, I don't owe nobody the money. The work has been done already. Y'all owe us the money. So cut the check or kick rocks. I don't care who y'all swing out here. You can bring a black woman, black man, a white woman, white man, gay woman, gay man. Don't care. If they ain't talking about what we need, I don't want to hear it. I'll sit here and let Trump stress the rest of y'all out until y'all all go into an early grave. I don't care. He ain't stressing us out. We living life like it's golden out here. We already been prepared for what we knew. It don't matter who the president is. We know how we need to move in this world. We know how any day it can go down for us. We know that already, no matter who's the president. So y'all are stressed out because it is not us. So you can go coddle, go cry, go see a therapist. I don't care what you need to do. If Donald Trump's stressing you out that much, figure it out. Because guess what? Y'all had us figure it out. We had to figure it out when we got shipped on here on the boats and we tried to escape and we finally got free. And then Jim Crow came in, segregation came in, civil rights came in, the crack mass incarceration came in, and we always seem to figure it out. Guess what? Y'all need to do the same. Figure it out. Even with the odds stacked against you. Trust me, we did it already. We're living proof you can do it. Trust me. Figure it out. You'll be all right. Y'all gonna have to lose some soldiers, but, we lost some too. And we kept moving. We kept moving. Y'all kept putting weight on our backs as we doing push-ups, and we kept getting up off the ground, and y'all wondering how we doing it. Because we getting stronger. That's how we doing it, because we get stronger. So don't sit here and blame us for the Russian interference. Blame yourselves. Y'all dumb. That's y'all fault. Y'all can stress out about it. I know I hear people talking about, oh, this gives me so much anxiety. Every day I wake up and I feel like Donald Trump's my president. I stress out. Well, don't kill yourself. Don't put yourself in the early grave. I wake up every day knowing who the president is and like, here's what it is. I got to make sure I get home. The president is in D.C. I got to make sure I get home. The president worried about the border down there. That ain't got nothing to do with me or my family or anybody that I know. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Go deal with that down there in Mexico and everywhere else. Do I feel like that's a waste of money? Probably, but that ain't my problem. I got other things I need to focus on. Hold them and hold them tight, because it gets cold out here and sometimes it gets lonely out here, but you got to hold them good, and hopefully you can get some help holding them, because it gets a little stressful down there. Hold them, because it ain't got nothing to do with us. So stop that Russian probe stuff. And since I'm already on this topic, let me move into this next one. Remember how Black Americans were criticized for their no snitching policy? Remember how cops are always trying to blame the community? Well, because I was at this anti-violence meeting or conference at this church, anti-violence meeting in my city. And the police chief was like, well, we got people who still abide by the no snitching policy, so that makes it very hard for us to solve crime. And I know you guys are concerned citizens and you want us to get the crime solved, but, we do need the help of the community and things of that nature. Then just last week, I told you how Officer Wayne or William General, I don't know his first name, I'm just calling him Officer General. Officer General dragged up a little 14-year-old. Where's that no snitch policy at within the police department? We hear about all these corrupt police officers. Officer Yanez. We hear about the officer that planted the evidence on OJ. I forgot his name, but that's the reason why OJ got off, because the fool tried to lie on OJ. OJ didn't kill Nicole or that Goldstein guy. We already know he didn't kill him. The officer planted the evidence on him, and he went to court of law. They found out he planted the evidence, and he was found innocent. So I don't know why everybody ignored the fact that an officer tried to plant evidence on him. But what about that? Nobody ever snitched on him. Now we hear about this police corruption in Baltimore, where all these police officers, black and white, I don't care who they are. Once you're in that uniform, you are who you are. We hear about all these police officers and the corruption in Baltimore. Why ain't nobody telling on them? How come these police officers not ratting each other out? Because y'all say, well, that's my partner. He watches my back, and I feel like my life will be in danger if I tell on him. Well, we tell you in the hood that if we snitch and y'all don't protect us, then guess what's going to happen? We got to watch our back, and we don't feel safe anymore. So tell me exactly, how come the no snitch policy does not apply to police officers? Why don't y'all tell on y'all comrades that y'all know doing wrong? Y'all want the community to help you solve crime by telling, yet y'all don't want to help the community by telling on these corrupt cops that's making the community worse. For example, the police officer who was assaulted by the Toronto Raptors GM said that he was pushed by the Toronto Raptors GM. No video came out showing the Toronto Raptors GM pushed him. Now, it is the middle of a championship celebration going on right now, which means thousands and thousands of people have their phones out recording this championship celebration. And you are telling me not a single person in Oracle Arena was able to, possibly accidentally capture the shoving of that police officer by that general manager. No one was able to capture that, right? Then the cop came back the next day and said they're going to pursue charges for this, and it turns out he never pushed him. Now, he wasn't the only cop standing there. Why didn't the other cop snitch on him and say, hey, he never pushed you, why you lying on him? How come he didn't tell? Because I want to use some recent information. This happened 2 weeks ago. So I want to use recent evidence. How come that cop didn't tell on the other cop when he lied on that general manager and said he pushed him, even though he was standing right there and he would have a clear recollection if a cop got pushed or not? How come he didn't tell? What happened to the no snitch policy? We need to get rid of that so we can help solve crime and things of that nature. How come that other cop didn't snitch on the other one? How come? Why is there such thing as a blue wall or shield or whatever, blue wall within police officers where they protect each other? Why are y'all protecting the bad cops if we need to clean up the system and y'all know if we get the bad cops out, the good cops will be safer? How come we don't just, why y'all don't snitch on y'all other cops? What's up with that? The no snitch policy, we got to get rid of it, right? So I figure if we're going to get rid of it in the hood, then y'all got to go ahead and get rid of it within the cops, within the police, with the law enforcement. So if y'all get rid of y'all no snitch policy, we'll get rid of our no snitch policy and we'll meet y'all on the playing field. How about we try that? I don't know. That's all. I'm just making a slight suggestion. If you want the hood to get rid of their no snitch policy, I think the cops should get rid of theirs as well. I mean, am I asking anything unreasonable? Is that an unreasonable request to ask everyone to give up their no snitch policy? I just want to, if that's not a reasonable request, please let me know. You can send a text message to 716-402-4945. Text me and let me know if you feel like, or you can hit me up on social media right over there. There's the at for all social media platforms. Hit me up and say, hey, I don't think the cops should have to give up their no snitch policy because, blah, 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 blah. Hey, I don't think the hood should have to give up their no snitch policy because, blah, 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 blah. Hey, I think everyone should give up the no snitch policy. Hey, I think no one should give up the no snitch policy. Let me know what you think. I'm asking a serious question. I know it sounds condescending. I know it sounds sarcastic. But what I'm saying is, if the hood needs to give up their no snitch policy, so do law enforcement. If the hood should keep their no snitch policy, then hey, let's let law enforcement keep their no snitch policy. We got to protect our own, right? I don't know. You tell me. Now, I want to talk about a combination of three different things within the same scope before we get up out of here. I want to talk about these three different things, and they're all tied in with each other. I want to talk about the middle child generation, which is 1985 to 1995. I want to talk about the middle child generation, why we're different from the previous two generations, and why we will not tolerate the undermining of foundational Black Americans. And it's all tied in because we're different from the other generation because they tolerated undermining of their policies and of their generations. And we're a middle child generation, which separates us is because we understood what we were raised by and why we cannot continue to let that go forward. We also understand as the middle child generation that the older brothers, because we're going to use middle child, the older brothers are fucked. They're gone. They're done. Leave them up there. Bye. Kick rocks. But the younger brothers can be saved. So the future can be saved. But we have to make sure we keep older brother. We got to get him out of here. Or we need to hit his head against the wall, whatever it needs to take. Just get him out of here. Get him out the house. Make sure he go live homelessly. Let him die. Whatever it is. We got to get older brother out of here. Hear me out. I have to use those analogies because this is essentially where we are. The baby boomers in Generation, I think X, if that's what they're called, that generation has absolutely failed us. And some of the millennials, because millennials started in 1980. So, 85 to 95 is a generation that I think is going to save us. Now, there are some riders in the older generations, don't get me wrong. There's Black Authority, Tariq Nasheed, all of those guys. Dr. Cornel West and, Shahrazad Ali. They're older generation people, but they riders with us. We're the students of them. You feel what I'm saying? So the middle child generation is the people who were being raised by those idiots, raised by those losers, raised by those soft dummies, raised by the biggest generation of coons ever. We were raised by them and their parents, right? Which is baby boomers in Generation X. I think it's Generation X. I'm going to stay with Generation X for now. We was raised by them. And they absolutely 100% failed us. They absolutely 100% failed us. And we can't sit here and hide it anymore. We can't sit here and say because we love our parents and we love our grandparents that what they did was such an outstanding job and such a phenomenal job. I know some of you can say that, but a lot of us can't. A lot of us can say, hey, they kept us alive. They made sure we didn't die and they got us through high school. And that was about all they did for us. They didn't teach us nothing about finances. They didn't teach us nothing about credit. And honestly, the best thing they did was teach us how to not parent. After that, we just freestyling on our own. We looking at stuff that we were missing and putting it into our children. We looking at things that we weren't taught and teaching our children. We looking at things that should have been done and we're doing it earlier. For instance, a lot of times, most of our parents said, once you graduate high school, you're an adult. Our parents let us make our own college decision. Our parents let us make our own decisions on credit. Like, come on. It's abysmal. Most of y'all parents, I guarantee most of my generation, middle child generation, know how to do more shit than our parents do now. Ask your parent to help you file your taxes. 9 times out of 10, they can't help you. Ask your parent if they can co-sign for you a loan. 9 times out of 10, they can't help you. Ask your parents, do they know anything about interest rates and in credit cards, things like that? 9 out of 10, they can't help you. Ask your parents what's their credit score. 9 times out of 10, your shit higher and your shit fucked. Ask your parents to help you open up a bank account. 9 out of 10, they don't have one, or they got a credit union or something that's abysmal. Ask your parents right now to borrow $1,000. Guarantee they ain't got it to give to you. And y'all all flew the nest. So your parents should have the most money that they ever had in their life at this point because all y'all out the nest. Ask your parents what's the highest level of education they got. Most of them high school dropouts. And the moment you turn 18 and graduated high school, you already were the most educated person in your family. Now, my parents graduated high school, but it's so many things you can't ask your parents for. And they knew how hard it was growing up. And they did nothing to try and make your life easier. They did nothing. They said, I grew up, I'm just fine. I'm going to raise my kids the same way I grew up, and they're going to be just fine. How, Sway? Every generation's supposed to get better. So I saw a stat saying where somebody said, your parents helped you get your first car. I'm going to get mine on my own. You dummy, they were supposed to help you get your first car. What are you talking about? You think when my kids get of age, we not going to get them their first car? Are you crazy? You think I'm going to put that on them to get their own first car at 18? You think I'm not gonna co-sign them they first car loan to help boost their interest rate, or lower their interest rate so they can have a low car payment so they can pay that on time and not fall in debt? Are you crazy? You think I'm not gonna teach my kids about credit cards? Are you crazy? You think I'm not gonna teach my kids about stock market? Are you crazy? You think I'm not gonna teach my kids how to budget their money? Are you crazy? You think I'm not gonna teach my kids how to write checks? You think I'm not gonna teach my kids how to use money mutual funds? You think I'm not gonna teach my kids anything? Nothing that I didn't learn when I was a kid? You think I didn't go out and sought after that information, learn that information? You think I'm not gonna teach my kids that because you think you sound cool saying your parents didn't help you get it, you got it on your own? Your parents didn't help you get it because they didn't give a damn about you. That's why. So when your kids, because you're going to do the same thing because a lot of y'all being stupid. So when your kid tell my kid the only reason why you got that car is because your parents helped you, my kid going to turn around and say, yeah, my parents helped me because they give a fuck about me. Your parents don't. My parents helped me because they understand that I want to live a nice, fruitful life as an adult. So guess what? Maybe your parents should have did the same thing. I have no shame in my game. Yep, my dad helped me get it. Yep, my mama helped me get it. Yep, they sure did. So, now I'm 21 with a Bentley. I'm 21 with a Ferrari. I'm 25 with a Ferrari. Why? Because my parents set me up for success and your parents felt like you should have did it on your own. My parents let me stay home for a little longer so I can stack my money up, so I can build my credit up, so I can get my stuff together, so when I go out into this world, I can be as debt-free as possible because they care about me and they understand how crippling debt can be on a lifestyle. If you out here digging yourself out of debt for 10 years post-graduation on your own and still got to pay bills, when you could have got yourself out of debt in 3-4 years if your parents let you stay home, and then when you hit the world at about 25, your ass ain't got no debt, you ain't got nothing to worry about, guess where you gonna be in the next 5 years? You'll be a very successful person. You'll be very financially literate. You'll be very financially stable before you're 30 if your parents give a damn about you. I care about my kids. So the middle child generation understands that now. Some of us a little late. Some of us got on a little late. Some of us on a little early. Some of us already have kids. So we getting it in them now. We getting it in them now. We teaching them these valuable lessons now. We telling them about hard work. We interested in what they like. We kind of getting a feel for what they like. We trying to, all right, you like that? Cool. How can I help you learn that better? How can I help you teach you that better? How can I help you do that better? Cool. Got you. Here you go. Here's the information you need. Oh, we gonna get you ahead of times too. Okay. Yeah. For instance, I know it's summer vacation for a lot of parents. How many of you parents gonna make your kids do the next grade schoolwork, or the next 2 grade schoolwork, getting them prepared so when they hit the ground, when they get to school, they already know most of the work by now? What grade do your kids read at? Mine's 5th grade and above, every last one of them. Even my youngest, he's already at a 5th grade reading level. So, what are y'all gonna do? I never had to read over the summer. I was a reader, so I read them on my own. But hey, it may hurt feelings. It is what it is. I'm just telling my truth. I'm sharing my truth with y'all, so we don't make these same mistakes. I had my first kid at 19 because I wasn't taught, or I wasn't instilled proper sex education. Of course, you can say I knew better. I understand, but to me, 19 is a child. That's my. I'm not gonna consider my kids an adult, a true adult until they turn 25. That's just my personal opinion. Because I want them to get out of college and experience life a little bit. You know, I want them to get a little taste of the world before I call them an adult. Because you can't truly be an adult without any experience in this world. You shouldn't have to deal with such stressful situations at 17, 18, 19 years old. You shouldn't be getting evicted at 21. Yeah, come on. We can do better than that, right? Right? So, all I'm saying is, we're not the previous generation. Now, I just want to get on this last part about the undermining of foundational Black Americans. This is one thing right here. It's not much. But let me say this. If you are not a foundational Black American, meaning you can't point back your generation to slavery, you can't bring your ancestors back to slavery in America, shut the hell up. Shut up. We don't want to hear your opinion. You don't speak for us because you're Black. You may be Black from Jamaica. You may be Black from Nigeria. You may be Black from Ghana. First generation, especially you first generations, second generation, third generation, whatever. I don't care what generation you is. If your generation don't go back to slavery, you don't speak for us whatsoever. Quit hating. Shut up. Sit back. Let us get what we trying to get and mind your business. I do not understand how y'all think undermining us is going to suit you. We are the reason why y'all over here because we built the wealth. We the reason why y'all allowed over here. They hate us so much that they bringing y'all over here in droves to undermine us, and y'all don't see it. I know y'all like calling us cicadas, like calling us lazy, like calling us this, like calling us that. But if y'all country so great, or if y'all so proud of y'all country, how come y'all brought your asses over here? Since y'all so proud of y'all country so great, y'all got all this Nigerian pride, this Ghana pride, this whatever pride. Why your asses over here then? Undermining us. We not playing with y'all. Get out of our face with all that. We're not going to tolerate any undermining from anyone, especially not no first and second, third generation people, immigrants, that we are the reason why they over here in the first place. Y'all came over here because we built this country. Our ancestors built this country with their blood. And y'all over here because of it. Y'all enjoying the fruits of our ancestors' labor. We ain't get the fruit yet. We still waiting on our basket to be delivered, so we demanding that our basket is delivered. Shut up. We didn't ask y'all for y'all opinion. Y'all don't speak for us. Period. Zero tolerance for undermining. When people be undermining me on Twitter, I go straight to their page. I start seeing these flags. They talking about first and second. Shut up. I ain't arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you. You're not even qualified to get the money. Of course you don't care about it. Of course you're going to talk about us not getting it. You ain't qualified to get the money. Of course you're going to try and divert it to education where you get the advantage of getting in. You're not qualified for it. Mind your business. You ain't getting the check. The check comes to us. It's that simple. We are the foundation of this country. We're not saying just America owes us the money. Every single company that profited from slave labor is going to be a part of the payment. Therefore, if you're not qualified to get a payment, shut up. It's that simple. You don't speak for us. You don't get to tell us what we should and should not get. Don't say we asking for a handout. We're not asking for a handout. We finally are delivering the invoice for the work that was already done. That's all it is. Man, I appreciate y'all listening to me. I truly do. Appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at Marv Crittenden. MarvCrittenden. It's in the description. It's on the screen. You see it or you'll be able to read it. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. I appreciate all of you. I truly do. And until next week. Mars World Radio is going to be coming. I'll announce an official date soon. I'm just gathering and getting all my ducks in order and collecting a lot of music. I got to restart from scratch, so I'm collecting a bunch of music. So Mars World Radio will be back very soon. It's going to be fun. I'm going to be setting up interviews and things of that nature soon as well. I already got invited to a listening session and interview immediately when I announced it. So that's dope. So I can't wait to do that because I'm actually a fan of this artist's music. So I appreciate everybody for listening. Appreciate all y'all for watching. I'll holler at y'all next week. Remember to hit me up for any questions, comments, whatever you guys say about the show, criticism. Do what you gotta do. If you hate it, hate what I talk about, tell me about it so we can discuss it, or I can tell you to kiss my ass, one of the two. So, peace.